hit the like button and sub to the channel. Hit the notifications too. All that good stuff. Shouts out to the whole entire LDBC. We in this. Austin Reeves came out last night. Oh, wait. Austin Reeves came out last night. And was able to get the walk-off win. What's up with it, Steven? See you in the building. Hopefully stick around long enough for us to cook. If not, I understand. And also, man, hit the like when you come in here. Trying to get it in the algorithm. Hit the like when you come in here. But Austin Reeves got the walk-off win last night. Defeating the Minnesota Timberwolves, even with Ant-Man talking shit on the sideline. Okay, man, that's great, man. Congratulations, man. Congratulations, Stephen. Now you got to count your blessings, man. A lot of people, they get that type of news and then they get back to the saying you was, but get back to treating people bad and back to being selfish and back to being angry and back to being disgruntled and shit. Nah, count your blessings, because it could have been worse. It could have been worse. I'm gonna say that. So count your blessing. And some people might get mad when I say that. When I say things, man, y'all can't be getting mad. I'm fertilize your brain. So count that as a blessing. But hit the like though. Y'all hit the like when you're in here. But Austin Reeves got the walk-off win. And now we got to ask ourselves a question. Has a combination of LeBron, Luka, and JJ Redick, have they been holding Austin Reeves back? AR-15, who last night he had 28 points and 16 assists. Now he didn't shoot particularly well, but it was his playmaking. Austin Reeves reminds me of Rick Barry. I know a lot of people that they're looking at Pete Maravich or Jerry West, but he reminds me of I'm not Jerry West. He reminds me of Rick Barry. Thank you. LeBron is jealous of Reeves about the performance. He probably is, because they're winning without him. And look, I don't want to hear none of this stuff about, oh, well, they didn't even have and he should have won that. Well, what about the Blazers? What about the Blazers? They don't really have any superstars or anything like that. They don't have any players where you say, okay, yeah, we got to play him tonight. They were just a group of guys that's just been playing hard and are cohesive. But a win is a win. Had he lost, guess what? We'd be sitting up here saying, oh yeah, Austin Reeves, we told you he couldn't do nothing. He lost 2 straight and all this other stuff. Nah, And all this stuff about Austin Reeves being a what's up with it? Cypress, see you in the building, man. Hopefully, like I said, you stick around long enough for us to cook. And like I said, man, I'm telling people now, if you come, you come. You don't, you don't. You know what I'm saying? We gonna cook regardless. You know what I'm saying? Alex, what's up with it, man? Yeah, y'all finally want to give his credit, but see, the first year, everybody was looking at Austin Reeves like he wasn't talented. Nah, Austin Reeves can hoop. It's just that we gotta come to the understanding that it was a combination. Okay, look, I think it was a combination of LeBron and JJ Redick holding Austin Reeves back, in my opinion. Now, JJ Redick has kind of scaled back a little bit and given him the green light. But see, here's the thing: is Austin Reeves gonna be able? He's got, like Shaq said last night. Okay, I think he said that last night, or he might have said it. He might have said it some other time when Austin Reeves went on the outpour. But I think he said it last night, if I'm not mistaken. But he's got to do that when LeBron is in the lineup and when Luka's in the lineup. I don't think that Luka, in my opinion, I don't think that Luka is holding Austin Reeves back, because Luka just takes a hell of a lot of shots. But you don't see Luka getting mad at Austin Reeves or anything like that, because Luka can't get mad at Austin Reeves. You know why? Because Luka don't play defense neither. I saw the game. Reeves don't have no quitting in him. No, he don't. And then they had other guys that were actually playing a little bit better, like what's his name? Ant-Man was saying number 12, and then of course Dalton Connect, who, Dalton Connect. I think Dalton Connect feels some type of way, because of what happened last season and stuff. But Austin Reeves is showing leadership, man. Yeah, Cypress, how you like that, man? 7-Eleven, green and orange, man. Don't hate, man. Aiden isn't the same, man. Aiden isn't the same. He's not the same. He's not the same. He's not. I think Aiden only had 8 rebounds. You gotta, like, man, as a big man, as a power forward, I know rebounds aren't they're not as, I'm looking for a word, man. I would say they're not as prevalent. A lot of people aren't really checking for rebounds like that. They're not like you don't have a straight rebounding guru in there, like a Dennis Rodman or like a Dikembe Mutombo, who all they care about is just rebounds and block shots and some of that. Now, Bona on our squad, he's starting to do that. But DeAndre Ayton, believe it or not, he came in like that. When he was with the Phoenix Suns, that's how he started off. But he don't do that. He don't do that anymore. I don't know what happened. Ever since he went to Portland, I don't know what happened, man. I don't know what happened. You said be like, trade Davis. Yeah, and man, Davis hurt too. What's up, Ted? Playing for the bag. Look like he playing for a goddamn salon. That's what, man, got gold hair and shit. But believe it or not, man, I still got faith in Aiden. Okay, I haven't given up on him. He's gonna have to be the Aiden that he was that year that he went to the finals and believe it or not, got cooked by Giannis. Angelo Bell, I see you in the building, man. You said Aiden. is in danger of becoming a journeyman. Listen, not if he becomes a lob threat. All you got to do is be a lob threat in the pick and roll. What's her name? Sports T. Shout out to Sports T, the queen over there. She was instrumental in saying that. Y'all hit the like button when you come in here, man. I'm trying to get back in the algorithm. They haven't been sending out my notifications. I've lost a few subs, man. Come on, man. Give your boy a like, man. Jelly Bean, man, I ain't seen you in a minute, bruh. Jelly Bean came out of nowhere, came out the woodwork. Salute to you, man. Y'all hit the like when you come in here, though. Double tap the screen and hit the like. But all he got to do is just keep his job, Ted. All he has to do is just be a good lob threat. Do that pick and roll right, like how he was doing in Phoenix. When he was in Phoenix, you got to remember, when he was in Phoenix with Monty Williams, the first 2 years, he was running good in the pick and roll between whether it was him and Booker, whether it was him and, of course, CP3. CP3 was getting him right on that pick and roll, able to catch lobs, able to be a cleanup man, able to rim protect. He was good for 15 rebounds, could run up and down the floor, establish position, that sort of thing. Him and Mikal Bridges, they played good together. Once he left, man, Ted, that was it. You working your ass off? Yeah, man. Everybody got to work their ass off, man. We got people losing jobs, government shutdown, Amazon laying off workers, UPS laying off workers. They taking SNAP benefits, taking it away from us. You said it's all good taking my son, his robotics class, big test today. Oh, okay, yeah, man. People don't really want to hear that word now. They're replacing everything with robots. Angelo Bell, sooner or later, man, you're going to call your son Dr. Robotnik. He going to be having control over everything like he do Sonic and Tails and Shadow and all them. But I think that they have been keeping Austin Reeves captive. They've been keeping him in a cage, and now that he's out, he's letting loose. Austin Reeves, he can be an all-star. Playing like this, he can be an all-star, and he can't stop. And you gotta assert yourself now. Like you're like, okay. More importantly, he's clutch. Austin Reeves has done this before. Everybody got like Austin Reeves hasn't hit big shots before. Ted, you're a Lakers fan, so you've seen it before. Any other Lakers fans in here, they've seen this before. Austin Reeves has been known to make big shots. Now, with Luka in the lineup, with LeBron in the lineup and stuff, hey, you can't be afraid to be like, look, give me the ball. You can't do that. I mean, you got to be able to do that. You can't be afraid to be like, look, no, hey, I want to take the damn shot. Because I can make it too. And if you miss it, oh well. I'll tell you this though, people gonna be mad. People gonna be mad when I say this. LeBron don't have that type of killer instinct at the end of the game like AR-15 do. Let me say it again. LeBron does not have the killer instinct like AR-15 at the end of the game. It doesn't take away from what LeBron has done, throughout the game and what he's done in his career, anything like that. But we're talking about Austin Reeves, who is a dog at the end of the game, man. What Roy Jones Jr. say about Sugar? Man, Sugar was a dog. Sugar was a dog. Man, Austin Reeves, like what Earl Watson say, got that dog in him. Austin Reeves got that dog in him. But man, let's just call it what it is, man. People want to, they want to put colorism in it. They not used to seeing, they used to seeing, besides Jerry West, they used to seeing the main player, be black. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's Kobe, you know what I'm saying? Whether it's Magic, whether it's Kareem, you know what I'm saying? Whether it's Wilt, I mean, they want Austin Reeves to be Kurt Rambis and shit. That's what I think they want. They want Austin Reeves to be Kurt Rambis, but Austin Reeves is not that. You said, do you think the Lakers have a bright future? Hell yeah, they do. But you just got to move on from LeBron. You're not gonna do it with LeBron. You got to get Bronny enough. You got to get Bronny off of there, man. Now I disagree with some people saying that Bronny can't play overseas. I disagree with my brother Ticket on that. He said that Bronny can't even play overseas. I think he could play overseas. Now, is he gonna dominate overseas? I don't know about all that. Bryce. I think that Bryce has the better body type. But they're not set for the NBA. I think the overseas would do Bryce some good. But that's a whole nother subject. You said Lakers. They got a center. They have Aiden. He just got to play harder. You got to play harder. You going up against guys in the West. All this Lakers need this. No, they got the personnel, man. They got the personnel. Now it's a matter of you playing. We need to stop all that. See, the NBA is trying to get out of all that, Steven. If you know that Jordan was like, oh, no, we need this. No, we need that. Nah, he won with the people that he had. He ran it back. Oh, yeah, we need this guy. We need that guy. Nah, man. Run it back with the people. Man, you there for a reason. You there for a reason. They got Aiden. Aiden just need to step up. Aiden got it in him. I still got faith in him, man. I mean, just give me 10 rebounds. Like, can you give me 10 rebounds? That's why I was saying, you playing a power forward position and you playing the center position. Come on, man, you got to get double digits in rebounds, man, if you're going to be effective. Or at least if you're not going to do that, come on, man, give me more than 2 blocks. You know what I'm saying? But you gotta do something that stands out. That's just like Ben Wallace. Ben Wallace, okay, we knew that Ben Wallace wasn't in there to score, but guess what? If you came to the rim, he was trying to squat everything. Anything coming off the rim, guess what? He was trying to grab everything. That's what he should be trying to do. If you score, you happen to get a cleanup bucket or you happen to get a lob or something like that, okay, great, but you're not in there for that. Now, I'm going to talk about Detroit real quick. Now, Detroit, they obliterated the Magic last night. Cade Cunningham had 30 and 10, still making his case to be the best point guard in the league. Right now, it's a three-way. Right now, I got to give the edge to Shai Gilgeous-Alexander because he is listed as point guard. Even though I don't see him as a point guard, I see him as a 2. What is this guy doing? But Cade Cunningham is making his case, and then I got Maxey up there too. Maxey been cooking too. Maxey plays a 1-2, but he could play either 1-2. But Cade Cunningham had 30 points, 10 assists. Jaden Durham, a monster like I've been talking about. Shout out to my guy who is Hendo. He a Detroit fan. He was talking about him too. And I'm gonna tell you something about Detroit. Detroit is more battle tested than the Cavs. That's why I feel like the Cavs they're not gonna do as good as Detroit. Detroit has been more battle tested. They've been in closer games. They've been in more tough fights. Cleveland hasn't really been. That's why, like last year, checking for Cleveland to win and come out the East. I was rooting for Detroit before I did Cleveland. Detroit is a dog. Man, I got Detroit going in there now. Of course, I want to beat them. I want Philly to beat them. And I want to see how we match up well against them. I think we can beat Detroit. But if Detroit beat us and they happen to win, I wouldn't even be mad at Detroit because of how they did Coach Bickerstaff. Okay, and I've been talking about Cade Cunningham, who nobody has been talking about. It's a shame. Listen, like the brother Turah was saying, they don't talk about this. They don't talk about Cade Cunningham. These guys should be mentioned when we talking about MVP conversation. They act like 30 and 10 is relatively easy, or everybody's getting it. No. Now Boston, they got two guys. Okay, Jaylen Brown, they blew out the Cavs. Boston blew out the Cavs. They won 2 straight too. But it hasn't just been Jaylen Brown. It's been the guy Quetta, because he had a double-double. Two guys, two of their starters had a double-double. No, actually 3. You had Jaylen Brown. He had 30 and 10. You had Manat, Minute, however you pronounce his name. He had like 14 rebounds. And then also Quetta, he had a double-double. I mean, straight monsters on the glass. So Boston, they getting in a little groove, and them beating the Cavs. That showed you that, like I said, the Cavs, man, they're not as legit as what people think. That's why I feel like the Sixers, we can beat the Cavs. I know some people talking about, oh yeah, we ain't played nobody and all this other stuff. Nah, And Ticket, shout out to Ticket TV once again, man. He feels the same way that I do about the Clippers. Shout out to my guy, Pull Up Podcast. But I gotta tell the truth, man. If the Clippers end up losing a couple more games, man, we gotta have a conversation about the Clippers, man. We have a chance going to the NBA Finals. Well, let's hold our horses. I'm not ready to say that yet. Maybe in a couple seasons, but let's get to December, let's get to January, and let's get to March. I don't really focus on the full length of February because the real season it starts after All-Star break. And then, of course, Steven, man, we got that NBA Cup coming, which I think is, man, in my opinion, man, it's a waste of time. The NBA Cup, man, it's a waste of time, man. The NBA Cup, man, this ain't no damn soccer, man. Just like Steven up in there watching hockey and shit. Yeah, I mean, I don't have a problem with hockey. Don't get me wrong. You know, hockey is it's fun to watch that sport and everything. But I'm like, damn, man, we in basketball season. You know what I'm saying? We in football season. We about to end baseball season. I've been here watching, watching hockey. But man, we not trying to be adopt any other format. Man, just play the damn season like it was supposed to. Michael Jordan didn't have no NBA Cup. Larry Bird ain't had no NBA play in. You know what I'm saying? Like, look, it's either just go back to how it was, and you could change a few things, man, but just keep it how it was. Now you got to rewrite history. Well, we got to give another banner, for that, man. Give these other guys some banner. You said, what if the Sixers win the NBA Cup? Man, listen, this is my feelings about the NBA Cup, Steven. Here's what I feel about the NBA Cup. It just gives us more of a chance of getting hurt, man, and more injuries happening. If you notice, even though Tyrese Halliburton, he was already had some injuries here and there, think about it, man. They had got to the Cup, and they won the final. I mean, well, they got to the finals, almost had a chance of winning the finals. And guess what ended up happening? Tyrese Halliburton ended up getting hurt. See what I'm saying? You're giving a chance all this NBA Cup because you got some guys that are really competing like it's the playoffs. Like, why are you doing the playoffs right now? Guys are trying to get their bodies in mid-season form by January. Come on now. So I don't know. I just think that the NBA Cup is a waste of time, man. Like, look, just play the 82 games. If either you in or you out, RIP to the brother LB. Like he said, man, I remember it was him and Raw. They was on the stream, and he basically said, man, you got 82 games to get your shit together. If you ain't got your shit together, man, that's it. Nigga, you not in there. Yeah, I mean, I'm starting, like, okay, with the play-in, I'm starting to, adapt to it a little bit, man. It took me a minute to be like, adapting to the change or whatever. I'm all about evolution. Okay, I'm all about evolution. And I'm all about things evolving and everything, But some of the things that, we talking about evolving and changing and stuff, it just doesn't make sense to me. And then if people start getting hurt and stuff like that, then we got to start having a conversation about whether or not this is beneficial. Guess they got the gate closed. I don't know. I don't know. I just don't see. I don't see the benefit. I mean, yeah, you get another banner and stuff like that, but the ultimate goal is to win at the end of the season. The ultimate goal is to get the championship, not an in-season tournament championship. What are you gonna sit up there and say? Oh yeah, well yeah, we won the NBA Cup, all that stuff. You know. So to me, I I'm starting to get more in tune to the NBA Cup and the NBA play in. Well, really the NBA play in. The NBA Cup, I guess it's just gonna take me a minute to get used to it. Um, but I'm used to an NBA that it was pretty much cut and dry. It was black and white. It it was either you in the playoffs or you're not. Okay, it was it was east or west. you know, you said the Clippers are disappointment. Yeah, they are, man. And let's just see what happens, man. Uh, but they're an old team. But I can't give them that excuse because like the brother Ticket was saying, right? Golden State, they got older players. You know, Al Horford is older. I'm talking about Golden State because that's the team they lost to and got blown out. Well, they lost to the Jazz too. They got their ass blown out by the Jazz, and you can see that they're aging. And another thing is too, man. With Kawhi Leonard, we gotta have a conversation about Kawhi Leonard if if he really, in terms of his knees and the degenerative knees situation and stuff. Now he's starting to play. He's not low managing as the brother Ticket was saying because I listened to that video when he was just straight up um, flaming the Clippers, man. But yes, we gotta have that conversation because okay, now you're starting to play. And I feel different about Kawhi Leonard. I still think he's a great player when healthy. He's an MVP when healthy and stuff. But what the knock on him is he's missed a lot of games throughout his career. Will he be a Hall of Famer? Yes. But it's like, damn, what could you have done if you know what I'm saying? You weren't low managing. Now I give him the fact about his knees and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, Brandon Roy, I go back to Brandon Roy. Brandon Roy did everything that he could to still play. Derrick Rose, he did everything that he could to still play. Bryce James could be a Laker with no. Let's hold our horses. See, I don't want to push. Look, Bryce James. I don't know. I'm looking at Bryce James a little bit different. Let Bryce James let him develop. You know what I'm saying? Let these players develop. Let them develop. Like the problem. One of the problems with with um, with Bronny James is the fact that nobody's letting that dude develop. You know what I'm saying? Like, well, what's the name? LeBron James didn't let him develop properly. You know, I was listening to shout out to Lamont FYF Sports Debate. One of the things that he brought up because I was listening to a little discussion that him and shout out to Crunch Time TV too. They were having a discussion about Bronny James, and he brought up the fact that Bronny James wasn't heavily hyped, um, coming out of high school and stuff like that. I mean, yeah, he made a McDonald's All American and stuff like that, but he wasn't as hyped as some of these other guys, and um, he wasn't coming out with that buzz, like some of these other players that you've seen in the past or whatever. So it was like they were kind of trying to automatically, well, LeBron and them was trying to automatically push him to be what he wasn't. You know what I'm saying? And that'll mess up your development. If you try to push a player too hard and stuff like that, it's gonna be several different things that's gonna take place. Now, everybody wants to sit up here talking about, oh, Bronny's a kid and oh, he's a kid, take it easy on him and stuff like that. No, we're not gonna take it. You said Kawhi Leonard, I see could win one more ring before he retired. He got to get on the right team. I don't know if Kawhi could lead a team. I'm just talking about his health, Steven. You got to be healthy, man. You have to be healthy, and you have to have people around you. I hate to say it, man. The Spurs, even though that they were old. I'm talking about let's go back to the um, Ginobili, Parker, and Duncan days. Okay, you have older players on that team and everything, but they were smart and they they were productive. You have to have that. If you're going to have an older team and you're going to be an older player, you got to be smart and you got to be productive. You don't necessarily have to be jumping out of the gym or anything like that, but you're going to have to bring something to the table other than athleticism in order if you want to be successful. There's nothing wrong with being an older team. Like the Detroit Pistons, they were an older team when they won. I'm talking about the '04 team. The San Antonio Spurs, they were an older team. The Dallas Mavericks, when they won with Kidd and Dirk Nowitzki and them, they were an older team. But Kawhi's gonna have to have that level of consistency and players around him in order to get that stuff done. I mean, you got Brook Lopez. I mean, Brook Lopez, yeah, he shoots threes, but what else can you do? What else can you do besides that? If not, then you're gonna have to just be like a Scalabrini on Boston. That's another older team that won too. The Boston Celtics with the '08 team. LeBron are going to push Bryce into the pro. No, well, I'm sorry to say, Steven, it's not necessarily going to work like that because he's slowly, his power is slowly starting to go a little bit, and especially when you got all this shit that's going on with the gambling situation. I'm not saying LeBron was involved in stuff, man, but it's a lot of stuff that's going on right now. You got MJ coming on NBC, letting people know how he feels about the NBA. Him and Mike Tirico and stuff. It's a lot of things that he can no longer control anymore. You see they're not really talking about him. Who they talking about? They talking about AR-15. I want Bryce just to develop. I'm not one of those guys that sit up there and say, "Oh man, he garbage, he trash, and all this other stuff." Nah, I gave Bronny a chance. You know what I'm saying? But we gotta call it what it is. At the NBA level, he is not ready. He. A lot of people calling him boo boo trash or whatever. You call him what you want. Hey, we know that he ain't ready. Bryce, I'm not gonna sit up here and say that he's ready for the NBA or anything, but let him develop. Let's see how he does on the collegiate stage first. And then if he's not ready, if he ain't heavily hyped, all that stuff, go across the water, go across the border. You know, develop then. You still young, man. I mean, hell, you're not even old enough to drink yet. Hell, you got Ace Bailey that's 19 years old in the league or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Ace Bailey, if he doesn't pan out well, but see, you see potential in a guy like Ace Bailey over there with Keontae George and them in the Jazz. Because Ace Bailey, when he gets his chance, what does he do? He gets out in the open court and he's trying to murder the rim. He's trying to get everybody else. They throwing him a dog I mean a doggy bone every now and then out there. Pause. So yeah, man. I'm not ready. I'm not going to say that Bryce is ready for the NBA. But hell, we can't even say he's ready over there in Arizona yet, man. Like, come on, man. Let's get through the collegiate season. Let's see how these guys go. But for us to sit up there and say, oh yeah, he gonna push his sons in the league and stuff like that, can't be doing that because you already see it really messes up the product, Steven. Like if you're yeah you show nepotism and stuff like that, but I mean, come on, man. People are looking at you playing 20 minutes and you getting 0 points. Clippers get Bill Harden, Zubac, they could make a run. That doesn't. First off, nothing wrong with Zubac. I like Zubac. I've always liked Zubac. Ever since he was with the Lakers, I always had high hopes about Zubac. Okay, Harden, like Tigger was saying, you come Harden is still trying to do the same moves like he was when for that MVP, that charity MVP that he begged for, and you overweight. You just a big motherfucker that's trying to do the same old moves that's no longer working. Okay, and the Golden State Warriors saw what the fuck you doing. You know, that's the combination of you not coming in shape, not ready. You're not doing what Victor Wembanyama is doing in the lab with KG, in the lab with Hakeem, trying to get better, being focused. You're not in the lab like Ant-Man. You're not in the lab like some of these other guys coming in shape. Jokic he's not chiseled and shit like that, but Jokic comes in ready and he's able to play. Harden don't play. Now, he don't miss a whole lot of games, but you never come in ready. You always coming in out of shape. And then with Bradley Beal has always been overrated, overhyped. You give him an opportunity to carry your team, he's never been able to do it. You sit up there complaining, acting like you're worth something, man. You haven't been good since Florida. You had that 1 year where you were good, but that was with a combination of you and John Wall. Other than that, you haven't done anything, man. You up in here trying to disrespect Frank Vogel. Frank Vogel got a title. Yes, I know it was damn Disney ring or bubble ring or whatever, but he has that on his resume. What do you have? You haven't done anything. Everywhere you go, it's like it's some problems going on. You're either a part of the cause for losing as I close, or you're the reason why they're losing. Think about it in Phoenix. Y'all got swept. Then y'all didn't even get to any playoffs. If I'm not mistaken, last season y'all didn't even make the playoffs. Guess who was on that team? You were swept by Ant-Man and them that first season, and then after that, y'all didn't make the playoffs. Come on, man. What value does Bradley Beal bring? Nicholas Batum, that's my boy, but it might be time for Nicholas Batum to hang him up. Hell, Al Horford brings more value than Bradley Beal. But I'm out though, straight to the point. Like, share, subscribe. Shouts out to the whole LDBC basketball boxing. I'm out.